Hello guys, so welcome to the session. In this session, we will be discussing about the history of the cloud computing. So the content will be like from where the cloud computing has evolved, which were the frontiers who started with the concept of cloud computing. So come on, let us just have a look.
Joseph Carl Robnet, born on 11th March 1915, he was a professor at MIT, and in April 1968 he published an article, "The Computer as a Communication Device," and that described the idea of cloud computing and resource sharing. So he is considered to be the first person who gave an idea of cloud computing. And after that, John McCarthy, born on 4th September 1927, introduced the concept of utility computing at MIT. So he told that if computers of the kind that I have advocated became the computer of the future, then computing may someday be organized as a public utility, just as a telephone system in a public utility. The computing utility could become the basis of new computing industry. So this is what we are seeing today, that the computing industry is providing us the cloud services. So cloud is basically a computational service that we are getting over the internet. Okay. After him, Douglas F. Parkhill, born on 14th June 1923, he published a book in 1966 which described the utility-like features of cloud computing, such as dynamic provisioning, illusion of infinite supply, and being always online. In 1979, Dun and Bradstreet bought National CSS that marketed compute time sharing as a commercial venture. In 1970, BBN Technologies were founded by MIT professors Richard Bolt and Leo Burnett and one of their students, Robert Newman. So they purchased several VAX from Digital Equipment Corp and marketed time sharing. So Digital Equipment Corp, this was a company that used to manufacture VAX machines. So this was a kind of a mini supercomputer hardware that BBN has purchased at that time in order to uh, provide services, digital services or the computational services to their clients on a time sharing basis. Okay, in 1980, Tim Berners Tim Berners-Lee. In 1980, Tim Berners-Lee built a hypertext concept to enable researchers to share and update their information, which further evolved as a world wide web which we are using till now. In 1985, DEC became a fifth company to register a .com domain, that is DEC.com, and also introduced VAX clusters where several VAX machines could be grouped for a resource sharing and access by the users with thin clients. So thin client is a device which consists of um, a port to connect your mouse, your keyboard and a monitor. Rest all of the computational work will be performed by the remote machine. And in 1998, Ian Foster and Carl Kesselman provided a concept of grid computers that can work cohesively for computationally intensive tasks. So grid computing is a concept where number of computers are connected together in order to solve some intensive computational task. Okay. In 1998, Data Protection Act 1998 was introduced that covers the data collection, protection and sharing in multi-tenant environment. As there were several companies which were providing the computational services and were sharing resource, so several rules were imposed or were introduced by the government so that all the uh, all such services can be provided under the given guidelines. In 1999, Salesforce.com started the end of software revolution, and in 1990s, server virtualization for x86 CPUs was introduced. This later became the foundation for cloud computing. So as we already know that virtualization is a basic building block for cloud computing that we are using today. In 1998, VMware was founded by Danny Green and Mendel. So they were the graduates from University of California, and till now we are also using VMware uh, in order to use virtualization. Whenever we have to use virtualization, VMware it is providing us the softwares for that. In 2001, SIIA, Software and Information Industry Association, used the acronym SaaS for the first time and described its similarities with Application Service Provider ASP. So SaaS we are using with cloud computing, okay, and SaaS means software as a service. And after that, in 2002, Amazon launched its web services. And in 2008, Eucalyptus became a first open source AWS API compatible platform for deploying private clouds. And till date, even now, the developments in the field of cloud computing is going on. And so this was all about the history of cloud computing from 1960s till date, how it has evolved step by step, and which are the major companies which have contributed for the development of cloud computing. So that we are enjoying now.
So that was all for today's session. Thank you. Have a good day.